Yo, yo, peace and blessings, sending you all the love, all the good vibes. Welcome back to day 10, the final day of our transformation together. This has been such a magical journey, and I can't thank you guys enough. I just adore and respect every single one of you for investing this time, investing this energy, and believing in yourself and believing in the impact that you want to make enough to commit yourself to this work. It's really powerful work that we're doing. And I hope you'll go back to this work long after this transformation is over. I hope you'll come back into this Facebook thread and re-go through some of these assignments and touch back with some of these meditations and watch some of these videos again, because no matter what level we're at, this is powerful work that can continue to help us. And every day throughout this challenge, I made sure that the concept and the meditation and the work they were doing was powerful and timeless work that can continue to serve us. That's why I don't talk about the latest Facebook marketing strategy, because that's going to change in 2 months. And like, you can learn all the strategies, all the tools and techniques, and those change. So I'm more about teaching the timeless wisdom that's going to serve us forever. And I'm really excited for this last assignment today, because this is something that's just so powerful. It's helped me out so much, and this is something that a lot of the greatest, most successful people in the world teach as well. And I'll get into today's assignment in just a second. But first, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you guys for providing feedback so far. It's been truly inspiring and humbling and amazing to receive your messages of the transformations and the epiphanies that you're having, the breakthroughs, and even how just the subtle shifts in your consciousness are making a huge difference in your life and helping you think about your craft differently, helping you attract more clients and more sales and shift your mindset about all of this stuff. And it's been beautiful to see that it's already making that impact on you, and I know it'll continue to make an impact on you the more you dive deep into this type of work. So just super grateful for you guys, and I appreciate your patience on how everything's flown so far. My original intention was to have it all automated, so I would have all the content created before it started, and then I could be off in the desert somewhere, and it would just automatically send you the content every day at a specific time, so you could also count on it reliably in your daily routine. And then I decided for the beta launch that I wanted to be more hands-on and go with the flow and play it by ear and really tune into the energy of our group and see what we needed the most right now. And so I'm glad I chose it to do it that way, because I think it's changed the content that's come out, and I think it's made for a better course altogether. And then at the end, when you guys provide all your feedback and testimonials and all that, I'll be able to see what's working, what's not working, what I should take out, what I should add more of. I'll be able to solidify something really powerful and then automate that. And then when I launch it full price, then that'll be automated, and people will be able to count on it coming in at a specific time and all that stuff. But for now, I'm glad I chose to be more intuitive with this group and just tune into what we needed. And I'm really excited to hear all of even more feedback at the end of this. So I appreciate you guys doing all the work. Now let's jump in to our final assignment. This has been so dope. This assignment is powerful, that I recommend doing in all areas of your life, just whenever you're feeling it. This is something I frequently do, and the more I do it, the more I'm like, why don't I just do this about everything all the time? Because it's crazy how well it works. So the reason I'm not all about teaching all the latest Facebook ads strategies or the latest techniques that are going to change in 3 months is because those things change, and they're usually pretty easy to learn. But then the real work is the inner work. You can learn all the marketing, branding, and all that stuff till you're blue in the face, but if you don't have the inner worked out, and if you're not embodying the right frequency, you're gonna sabotage yourself, or you're never gonna become successful. You're gonna always be like almost there, not quite. So when I really started shifting to creating my life from the inside out, and rather than trying to change all these things out there, if I get these fans and this many followers and that much money and these people over here and all this stuff outside of me, then my world will be right. And I shifted that, and I changed to creating from the inside out, where like just how my emotional frequency is all I need to work on. How I feel is what I work on, and then all the actions just kind of fall into place. All the strategies and things like that, I find my own strategies and tools and things that work specifically for my audience and my situation, and I seem to just be crushing it more and more the more that I go within and embody the frequency. So I don't worry about the work of like I'm not like necessarily studying. I mean, just to be honest with you, I haven't studied like music marketing tactics at all, like the last little bit, like, and I have an album that I just barely dropped it that I've just been crushing it on sales, and my last couple albums sold really well too, because it was all an inner work. I didn't look up like how to sell albums and what's the latest like sales tactics. Like I just shifted my mindset to realize, okay, selling is serving, not selling is slimy. So it was like inner work that I was doing. It's noble for me to sell. I was doing that type of work, and then I found myself naturally becoming more and more successful because I was embodying a different belief system, a different frequency. I started to believe that I was worthy, and I started to see myself as already successful. So that's pretty much what today's work is all about. It's called scripting. This is something I've taught about a lot. You might have done it before. It's so powerful. It's like magic. Basically, you're going to go into your journal and you're going to write out your future, your ideal life, as if you're already living it, as if you're reflecting back on just like you just barely ended like the perfect day, or yesterday was the perfect day and you're reflecting about it. So for me, how I like to do these scripting assignments is I write it all in the present tense, not like I will do this, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to feel like this. I write it down present, and sometimes even in the past, a little like slightly in the past, like, wow, today was one of the best days of my life. I can't even believe this is my life now. It feels like everything that I dreamed about is now coming into fruition, and I'm really activating this heaven on earth frequency on a whole new level. It seems like every aspect of my life keeps getting better and better. My health is improving every day. My relationship, I'll go into all these things, and then I go into detail with it. The more detailed you are with it, the better, and the more emotional you are with it, the better. You want to be really feeling the emotions of this life as you're writing it. The whole point of writing it down is to solidify the emotional frequency of what it feels like to be already living in that reality. And then your work is to every day catch anything that pulls you out of that frequency, and bring yourself back to that feeling through meditation, through journaling, through exercise, through going out in nature, through surrounding yourself with people that are on that frequency or that have the things you desire, listening to podcasts, videos, online courses, all of that, whatever you need to do to stay on that frequency, because the world, the collective, the craziness that's out there can easily throw you off. You could do this scripting assignment and feel really clear on what your dream life looks like and feels like, and you're like, oh my God, my future house in Maui with my whole biohacking center and my meditation Zen den and my deck that overlooks the ocean, and just like sipping my matcha tea on the balcony with my beloved while I'm watching dolphins swim in the morning is like the dopest thing ever. And you're like really clear on how that feels because you've scripted about it a bunch of times, and every time you script about it, you get more and more clear on it, and you feel amazing about this future that you're creating. And then an hour later, you get into an argument, or you get a parking ticket, or something throws you off. So you just keep catching yourself every time you get thrown off, and you shift back to like, nope, this is the reality that I'm choosing, and I'm creating it by feeling it. I'm not creating it by changing anything outside of me. I'm not creating it by wishing for it, hoping for it. I'm creating it by feeling it and being it right now. So the scripting is just about so you can start to get a picture of what you really want and what it really feels like, and you'll know the things that are you might script about things you thought you wanted and it doesn't really feel that exciting, but then you script about something else. This is how I really got clear on how much I loved and valued being in nature and animals and plants and trees. Like I was just like scripting a lot, and when I would write about like the amount of income and I was earning in my mansion and all that stuff, like it felt cool. But then when I wrote around like scripts about like, yo, I just had the dopest journey ever. I can't believe I saw a Bengal tiger in the wild, like one of the rarest animals ever, and blah blah blah. Or like today I swam with dolphins, and it was the most magical. Like I scripted about swimming with dolphins, and then I really did. Um, when I say swim with dolphins, I know that shit gets clowned on because you're just swimming in the ocean next to dolphins, but I feel like they're swimming with you because they're some playful creatures. But yeah, it's crazy how many things I've written down that have ended up just coming into fruition almost exactly how I wrote them down. I've written about how business deals were gonna go, how certain concerts were gonna go, how a travel was gonna go. When I'm traveling, I almost always write about the travel before it happens, and then I come back after the travel and I read my scripts a few months later. I'm like, holy shit, that trip that I went on was exactly like what I was writing about. So today's assignment: go script out your future ideal life. You can choose whether it's about it could be about a certain scenario that's happening next week, or it could be a bigger picture 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 20 years from now. It's your choice. Pick a time in your future and just write about how amazing it is and how it feels and what's going on and who you're around, and just get detailed and have fun with it. Really recognize how that feels to be living it. See it as real. See it as a real possible thing, because it is. The fact that you can even dream it means it's real. And the fact that you can even visualize it means it exists right here, right now, in one reality, in one dimension. It's now a matter of just tuning to that frequency by embodying it as often as possible. Like, not even as often as possible, by embodying it always until it's your reality. So, and it's easier said than done, but the inner work is just to keep catching anything that throws you off of that frequency, and then just consciously stepping back to that frequency of, oh yeah, this is what it feels like to be my future self. And the more you keep feeling like that, you just start making different choices. You start creating different habits. You start to get so excited about this vision of the future that you no longer are worried about things from the past. You no longer are tripping about even present circumstances, because you know they were just created by your past vibration, and you're on a new vibe now. And you're just like so compelled and pulled by this vision and excited, you're just going to easily say no to anything that doesn't serve you. Anything that doesn't take you closer to this vision is going to be very easy to let go of, because you're so happy about this journey. You know what I mean? That's how I didn't quit cigarettes and alcohol and fast food and soda and all these things that I've overcame by like beating myself up about all these bad habits that I got to get rid of. No, I created this really exciting vision of what my future felt like and what it felt like to just be the most badass version of myself. I got so excited that I was just like, oh shit, I don't want fast food anymore. Cigarettes, oh, these are nasty. Alcohol, I feel it takes me further away from that. Anything that wasn't getting me closer, and then not to say I'm all like perfect now with any of these perfect habits or anything. It's just like it's easy for me to choose things that are in alignment with the life that I desire to create, because I'm very clear on what that life is and how exciting it feels to live that life. So that's what this scripting assignment is all about. And then what I want you to do is go into the Facebook group after you're done with that, and I want you to write out who you are, where you're from, and what you do. What's your craft, what's your business, what's your service, what's your products, and make an offer. If you have anything available for sale right now, make an offer. If not, make an offer for someone to follow you or connect with you if they resonate. And I want you to have a clear call to action, because we can do all this mindset work too, but we also need a little bit of strategy. So part of today's strategy is to closed mouths don't get fed, and if you don't sell, you're not serving. So it's noble to serve. I want you to go out there and put yourself out there today in the Facebook group, and you can do it in this message too, or if you can do it in both. Post about who you are, what you do, what's your craft or your service. If you have anything for sale right now, or not even for sale, but anything like to offer anyone, I want you to make that offer with a clear call to action. That clear call to action could be subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, click here to join my email list, or DM me your email and I'll send you XYZ. You know, like, I want you to just start. It's a way to practice in this safe little group space where you know no one's gonna judge you or criticize you, and everyone's here to support you. It's a practice selling, because like I said earlier, selling is serving. And people, old paradigm was like, oh, selling is slimy and sleazy, and it's like, no, if we're serving the highest good, then selling is noble, and it's just like, it's what we need to do for you. We're almost like obligated to sell. So in order to sell and make money from our craft, we need to be making offers, and we need to have different things available so people know how to pay us, and they know what, you know, we have. I can't just, if I go and post, you know, just dropped a new song, it might get some attention, but if I say, dropped a new song, click here to listen now, there's like a little bit more clear call to action right there. So make sure it has a call to action so people know what action you're trying to get them to take from that post. And make it clear, make it brief. You know, it doesn't need to be like one sentence, but it doesn't need to be like a novel either. Let people know what you're about, what you have to offer, and just put yourself out there. Who knows, maybe someone in this group wants to pay you for something right now. Maybe there's someone in this group that is dying for your services, that really needs what you have to offer, and you could just be doing them a huge service by putting it out there. Or maybe someone, you know, the 6 degrees of separation, I guarantee someone in this group at least knows someone who highly would benefit from your services, your products, your craft right now. So put it out there. Let us know what it is, how we can support you, or how we can buy things from you. And that's just important, you know. We can, once we internalize, do all this inner work, and we embody this frequency, you'll naturally find yourself just putting offers and things like that out there, because you feel called to serve, and you're just like, hey, if I'm doing this to serve, if anyone needs this, this is what I'm offering to help people with right now. And hey, just, I know people are struggling with this, so here's this right now if anyone wants. And then you have a clear container for people to do a transaction with you that benefits both and benefits the greater good. So put yourself out there, have fun with your scripting assignment, and I have like a little bonus thing that I want to share with you guys after this is all said and done, once I get everyone saying that day 10 is done. So I love you guys so much. Peace and riches, blessings. Talk to you soon.